Hello, this is the Mega Construx Halo Desert Sniper Cyclops set. It is very, very similar in its design and construction to the last two Halo Wars 2 based Cyclopses that they made. This one has a new color scheme, which I think is good and will fit into many different scenes and many different scenarios very easily, and it has a long gun, a single one on the right arm of the mech. Also comes with a new color scheme for a Marine that I like. We'll take a closer look at that a little bit later on, but first I'm going to focus on the main build, the Cyclops itself. I like the choice of the main color there. It's not too bright, it's not too light of a color, and it's not too saturated. I like that one. I think that it does the job very well of being deserty without being too flashy. It's easy to get to a point where you have a color that's used for a desert setting, that sand kind of color that is just too saturated and can actually get into the yellows and the orange range. The gun here is built nicely. That is a very bright silver color. Almost all of the silver colored pieces on this model are amongst the brightest of silvers that Mega uses. And interestingly, this is not three cylinder pieces stacked on top of each other. That's a single piece that they molded all together, which helps that gun to hold itself together quite well. All of the joints are done exactly the same as on the other two Cyclopses of this design, which is good in terms of posability for static displays, but not good for posability for play or for switching between two different poses, because while you have the ability to move here, you have the ability to move out this way, you have the ability to move here, you have the ability to move back and forth a little bit there, and also to rotate in and out. You have these different joints. The problem is that things start to fall apart very easily. These joints are able to move in ways that tend to start pushing armor pieces off, these sub-assemblies. So things look good. They can be posed really, really well to get you different action poses that will actually hold itself up. But, I mean, I didn't even try right there, and it's mostly on one leg. There's a lot that you can do with this system, with these joints that have multiple axes that are nicely compacted into a small area. But you do need to be careful about what you grab, otherwise things will very quickly start to come apart. I wanted just this piece here to come off. I was going to demonstrate that separately, but that's just how easy these things can come off. It's the same problem they had with the first two of these. They've not changed it, they've not fixed it whatsoever, so that's just something you'll still have to concern yourself with, or to consider in terms of whether you want to get another one of these or to get your first. That is genuinely frustrating to deal with, unfortunately. But I won't harp on that too long, because I don't need to, because it's demonstrating it for you right here live as I record. This is actually how it is. But what else about this? I do like the fingers, I'll say that. The fingers are probably my favorite feature of this design, just in general. They look really good. Nice mold there, and they also have the peg holes on them that allow you to attach other things if you want to attach small weapons or something. They've got a generous cockpit compartment that opens upwards and down, so you can very easily stick a figure into there. There's not any good way to really hold on to things too well. You've got bars on the sides, but you know, figures do fit in there, but these are not actually bars to hold on to, so you don't really have any proper controls for the figure to be attached to. And things are starting to fall apart some more, including this one. That wasn't even expected. I'm actually trying to hold these two pieces here together. Yeah, it's bad, unfortunately. I like the look of the thing. I like the posability of it. As a toy, it is not good. As something to use for stop motions, could definitely be frustrating if you're trying to move just one thing. But for posing, for display, there's a lot that you can do that's actually really fun with it. Definitely a mixed bag. I like to look at it. I don't like to touch it. This marine uses the color of the mammoth, which is actually a mix. It's a marble between kind of a champagne gold and a little bit of rust coming through there, and some other colors occasionally are brought in. But then he's got the light gray, which doesn't look like it fits all that well to me. The gray is just a little bit too bright, and interestingly, the paint application on the front of the chest is supposed to match the color of the rest of the armor and the lower, well, at least the shoulder armor pieces and the lower legs and the lower arms. But it's too bright. It's too close to silver. It doesn't have enough tint in it, so that doesn't really match up all that well, which is unfortunate because I personally really like this color. It's my personal favorite color mix that Mega does and has ever done, and I think that the marine itself that they're going for with that specific color scheme actually works out well when you have enough of that color going through it, and with a little bit less plasticky and toyish looking gray for that kind of tertiary color. But that's that. Do you hear the struggle and the conflict in my voice? I feel like it's definitely there because looking at the finished product, I still like this thing. I still like having it, and if I didn't have it, I would still want it. Even though it falls apart, it just crumbles in your hands, and the marine is a little bit of a disappointment because I wanted to really like it, but the colors just aren't quite right. But I like the look of the Desert Sniper Cyclops itself. I just hope that they will dramatically improve the joint system in the future and also do a better job of connecting armor sub-assemblies and actually causing them to be clamped onto pieces with more than just two studs, and hopefully from multiple directions at the same time so they don't fall off easily. So that's my very conflicted look at this set. If there's anything you would like to say about it, if you have any thoughts about what you've seen here, please feel free to share down below, and I'll talk to you again soon.